To this day.
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 In the contract with Jake Paul, which had everything in it but the kitchen sink, but he refused point blank to sign up to the drug testing people, Vada. Now, to me, that's very naughty, because we're meant to be in a high profile fight, what's going out being all over the world, and he won't sign the drug testing thing. We're doing it. We've always done it. You can test the Fury every day of the week and 10 times on a Sunday. Tommy's got nothing to hide. That's why I'm making this video. But can I say the same about Jake Paul? I don't know. People's got to make their own mind up. But in the press conference the other day, he won't remove his glasses. Now, eyes are telltale to everything. You know, he's grown a big beard, which people who understand what I'm talking about know where I'm coming from. I don't know. Leave it to them to make their own mind up. But what we're doing here is trying to enlighten people in the world today that it is illegal to use your steroids, and that's what he's doing to gain an edge. Well, I feel sorry for him, because we're not bothered anyway. The talent of Tommy, the power of Tommy is going to mow straight through him whether he's using or not. But, you know, why do it? You know, it's supposed to be a fair fight. You're two young men. It's level pegging. But we're boxing on your own territory, on your own show. You've got all the cards, you know, but we know we can beat you anyway, whether you're using or what, you know, but we're not caring. Personally, we don't bother about it, because we're going to fight you anyway. You know, the opportunity is too good to turn down no matter what. But I just want to enlighten people to all of this. And in my book, if you refuse to do something, you're guilty.
Those are the words of John Fury as he once again mentions the refusal for Vada from Jake Paul, as he stated that him and his son, Tommy Fury, has no problems with taking the Vada standard professional testing, especially it's governed by the WBC, other parts as well. They use Vada because that is the professional way to test people for drugs, performance enhancing drugs or banned substances. So, you know, again, he mentioned the jawline of Jake Paul, and the strange thing about that was that's what Tyron mentioned about Jake Paul, where his chin was longer, because when you do steroids, you know, those were one of the side effects. When you do them for a long time, it starts to change the formation of your jaw. That's what he was saying. Okay. And and I think that, you know, he said it won't make a difference, but he's enlightening people for the fact you can look at this two ways. One, he's just showing the relevance of cheating and cheaters in boxing, and people are allowed to do certain things based on their, you know, platform or who runs the show. It's a Jake Paul show. And then some people could look at it as an excuse. Well, if Tommy Fury gets knocked out or gets beaten by Jake Paul, this would be the go-to. So it's one or the other, you know. So so if he loses, it's the go-to, and if he wins, hey, he's still a cheat, and we beat him despite him cheating. Okay, so I feel that it is wrong if he doesn't want to take it. But I think if it was that way, they should have addressed it before signing the dotted line. Because, see, once you sign the dotted line on any contract and you know what's at stake and you know what they didn't do, like he does know, or he did know, that they refused Vada testing, that should be a time to back off. Because you want, like Floyd Money Mayweather says, an even playing field. You know? And that's the thing. I think I think people should understand that cheating is real. Look at Jarrell Miller. Look at Luis Ortiz. Look at Tyson Fury. You know, these guys have all been busted for cheating. All of them. Okay? Different circumstances for each, but eventually something ended up in their bloodstream that had a result on a test of positive. You know, so But yeah, I think it's wrong because if Jake Paul wants to be known as a fighter, he would want to do what fighters do. He's training like fighters do. He's doing, publicity and press conferences like fighters do. He has trainers from boxers. He's doing everything except that particular protocol. That's kind of like, well, why would you not do that? And then if for me personally, if a person was telling me that, hey, Kurt DeVille refused drug testing, that would be something that I would do just to shut them up. So it won't be any excuses. That would be the solution to that. Let's take the Vada testing. Let's see. Because see, the way it's going now, since John Fury has mentioned that again, I think it's a good scapegoat to have Tommy Fury to come home and still keep his name if he gets beat or knocked out by Jake Paul, because then he could say, you know what, I have no doubt about it. He was cheating. He was juicing anyway, so it wasn't a fair fight from the beginning. Okay, so I already see that for what it is. So I think John Fury's putting that out there because of that reason. On top of that, if Tommy Fury beats him, which is expected, right, then they could say, you know what, he was a drug cheat that got knocked out by a Fury. So, so it's a double win if he wins, but it's not such a loss if he loses. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about John Fury's comments, once again, of Jake Paul refusing the WBC Vada testing for this fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.